Good morning, everybody, and great to have you on the call this morning. It's an absolute pleasure to have Mr. Ed McNeely from Exercise Solutions on a call this morning, and Ed is going to share something called nutrient timing. Now, let me give you a little bit of information in regards to Mr. McNeely. He is an exercise physiologist, actually an Olympic level exercise physiologist. He's worked with over 15 Olympic teams, many occupational groups, groups like firefighters and ambulance and police officers, those kind of people, and also a lot of general population. Ed is a very much sought-after speaker around the world, and really an expert on something really new that's hit the market that is being used right now, of course, in the Burn 84. So without further ado, I'd like to pass on the call to Mr. Ed McNeely. Good morning, Ed.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to spend the next little while talking about a concept called nutrient timing. And nutrient timing is basically it's the consumption of specific nutrients when your body can use them most effectively. So you obviously you eat throughout the day. You could take in products at various times of the day, but at certain times your body is most ready to use specific types of nutrients. And the timing of these can have really dramatic effects on what you get out of your exercise programs and how effective your Evolve products actually are. And this is really one of the most significant developments in sport and exercise nutrition in the past 10 years. So it's really changed the way that athletes set up their diets, what they do around their training sessions and things like that. It's been made some huge, huge changes. And in all of this, really, protein is the key to what we're talking about in exercise timing, since most of the changes that either are going to cause weight loss, improved health, changes in performance require some sort of changes in protein synthesis. And basically what that is just a buildup of new proteins. Now, most people think just muscles when they think about protein, but there are all kinds of other proteins in your body as well. There are proteins that are needed in the production of energy. Proteins are used to transport various nutrients, waste products, and things like that around the body. Protein is used in cells talking to each other, telling them what to do. So protein synthesis, the buildup of new proteins, doesn't just mean muscles. It can address all of these different classes of proteins and can all be affected by nutrient timing. One of the keys in all of this is whey protein in particular. And you'll see if you read your labels on your Evolve shakes that there is a significant amount of whey protein in there. It's been found to, on the health side, decrease blood pressure, improve immune system function. On the weight loss side, it helps prevent the loss of muscle mass in dieting so that you can continue to burn calories. Your metabolism doesn't get shot as a result of trying to lose weight. And, it increases muscle mass and strength. Your protein needs to be present in the body when you can use it most effectively. And these tend to be the early morning period and in and around the exercise period. And this is a little different than what a lot of people traditionally have done, especially if you look over the last 10 or 15 years. Breakfasts have gone from, being a, bacon and eggs or ham and eggs type based breakfast. They switched over for a long, long period of time to being very heavy grain and cereal based breakfasts. And the same thing with around exercise. For the longest time, people have focused just on the carbohydrate needs of exercise. But we now know that it's really the combination of the two that is critical. And the two combined together, the intake of protein and exercise, combined together to really enhance protein synthesis rates even further. And this is really one of the unique things in all of the exercise programs and in all of the Evolve challenges, is that we're really focused on how do the products and the exercise program go hand in hand to enhance each other. And so you can see on this graph here that if you take in just carbohydrates alone, and carbohydrates in this case could be, any sort of sugars, starches, fruits, vegetables, and things like that, you get a little bit of change in protein synthesis, so a small increase in the rate that your body's building itself up. If you do a resistance training program, you'll see you get a little bit bigger boost in protein synthesis rates. If you take in amino acids, now amino acids are the structures that make up a protein. So all proteins are made up of amino acids, and there are what are called essential and non-essential amino acids. The essential ones are the ones that your body can't produce, so you have to have them in the foods that you take in. So when you take in those types of amino acids, you can see here, again, a pretty decent spike in protein synthesis rates. But what's really interesting is look at how big a jump you get when you combine both the exercise and that protein or amino acid. So huge, huge increases in the rate that your body's going to build itself up. So it's even more, if we look and we added these two together, so amino acids giving you 150% change, resistance giving you 100% change, even if we just added them together, it would only give us a 250% change. So there's more than an additive effect going on when you combine the exercise and the protein at the same time. So when the timing of this is correct. And this is really what we try to get across to you when we, as we'll go through the rest of this presentation and talk about how to effectively use your products. So there are several critical periods in the day for this nutrient timing. Before exercise, after exercise, and early morning are the most important times. For those of you that might be exercising or training more than 15 hours a week, particularly for some type of a sport, bedtime can be another really important period as well. But for unless you're into that volume of training, doing that much exercise all the time, the bedtime one really doesn't become as important for most people.